Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Cristina. I am an intuitive energy healer, reader, channeler, and spiritual teacher. And today I want to teach you about dealing with darker and heavier emotions, which I know personally how hard this could be. So I'm going to give you 7 steps. I know that may be kind of an odd number, but I'm going to give you 7 steps to help you deal with them. And I want to give you a little bit of a backstory as well. So I am a highly sensitive person. I have been able to feel emotions on such a deep level. I've always thought this for myself, like I feel like I feel things so much deeper and so much more intensely than everybody around me, because I would react to things way differently than, let's say, my brothers or my sister or my parents or even my friends. So I grew up just feeling everything just really intensely. So anger, sadness, frustration, like they just felt like so dense and so dark, so scary at times too, that I didn't want to feel them. I tried to suppress these emotions. I tried to ignore them. I tried to disassociate from them. And that made things so much worse. So because I tried to suppress all these feelings for so long, later on in life, and it didn't even take that long, to be honest. It's like most of my childhood, I was very depressed, very numb, very disassociated from myself, from the world around me. But I put on this mask, this fake smile that everything was okay, when in reality it was not. And, you know, as I got older, the depression kept getting darker and deeper and more intense. And I started having these just really dark thoughts about not wanting to be alive and all these craziness. I won't get into too many details right now, but if you want to hear my story, like, let me know. If I can tell you my, my journey since I was a kid and my spiritual awakening and all that good stuff. But just to give you a little backstory, I know what it feels like to feel intense emotions like depression, sadness, anxiety. And I've learned a lot over the years from therapy, from healing myself, from reading books, watching videos on YouTube, from going to courses, taking courses, learning how to do energy work. And it's all helped me so much. Like, I'm not saying things are perfect now and I never get hurt and I never feel pain. Like, that's quite the opposite. I still feel these darker, denser emotions. However, I have the tools and the knowledge now to kind of navigate through them, and I understand them so much differently now. So I'm able to really process them and move through them instead of running away or trying to avoid or trying to ignore, or even worse is trying to numb myself through drugs and alcohol. Like, I don't do that anymore, and I'm very proud of how much I've grown and everything that I've learned to get me to this point. And now I really want to share my knowledge and everything that I've gained throughout the years and healing myself. I want to share it with anybody, literally anybody that wants to hear it or needs it or is even curious. But of course, at the end of the day, you need to do what's right for you. I can give you these steps. If they sound good to you, go ahead and try them. If you don't like some of the steps, throw them out. You don't have to use them. If you don't like any of it, you don't have to use it either. Like, just do what's best for you. We're all different. We all need different things. And what works for me might not work for you. But I do feel like these steps are very powerful. So just at least give it a try and just see how it goes for you. Okay? So step 1, which might be a little bit difficult, I guess, to do, but we need to stop thinking of these emotions as dark and heavy. So in general, like, emotions are just energy. There's not good or bad. It's what it is. And the problem is that we feel that maybe anger or jealousy or envy or shame and guilt are bad. We can't feel them. They're not okay. We can't do it. Like, makes you a bad person if you feel these things. Or they just feel so terrible in our body that we just want to ignore them and avoid them and pretend they don't exist. But the problem with that is they become worse. They grow even bigger. They just almost start taking like a life of their own. It's like they start becoming their own monster, their own person in a weird way. Like, it becomes its own energy, its own entity that lives inside of you. The more you ignore this pain, this trauma, this guilt, this shame, the worse it's going to get. It's like every time you avoid it and ignore it, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And then before you know it, it's just taking over you. It's coming out of you without you even realizing it, or without you even wanting it to. And it could be hurting yourself and hurting the people around you. So it's really, really important to start healing all these emotions, to start feeling them honestly. But like I said, first step is knowing that they are not bad. Your emotions are there to teach you something, to give you messages, to show you what you like or don't like, or what hurts you, what doesn't hurt you. It's a tool. It's kind of like showing you, hey, go left, no, go right, if you're looking at a map or something, or if you're being guided. So that's the first step. There's no such thing as bad emotions. They are just there. They are just energy, and they're there to tell you something about yourself, or something that really needs your attention. And I guess I should give an example, like, or anger. People hate anger, but it's actually a very useful emotion because it shows you what you're not okay with. Like, it shows you where your boundaries are, you know. It shows you what you do not tolerate and you don't want to tolerate. So it gives you that. So anything that makes you like super angry, it's just like, look into that. Why are you so angry? What is this showing you about yourself? What is it trying to teach you? What is it trying to tell you? Like, hey, you're not okay with this. It's something you're not cool with. And anger is so powerful and passionate, because whatever is making you angry, it's like, oh, it's showing you like, this is how much you need to change this. This is how much you need to get away from this, or change it, or do it differently, or whatever. Like, if it makes you really mad, there's something there that it's trying to teach you. And that passion, that drive, can be the force to make that change, to like alchemize it, you know, turn it into something else. So really pay attention to these emotions and stop deeming them as bad. They are not bad. They are teachers, okay? And if you keep seeing me looking down, I just wrote down on my notes so I don't forget anything. Number 2 is to be aware of the sensations in your body. So going back with anger, when you feel angry, just notice, what does that feel like inside of your body? What does anger feel like? Do you get like my fists? Do they start closing up and tensing up? Do you feel like you get really hot? Does it feel like adrenaline, like just a bunch of energy just pouring through you? Does it make you just like hold your breath? Like, just start paying attention to these different sensations that go on in your body. So you can stop thinking about like what made you so mad, and you start thinking about like, how does this feel in my body? What is going on in here? What is this emotion, this energy in my body? What does it feel like to me? And start, you know, naming those sensations. Like, oh, the fists, like have clenched fists. Oh, I feel really hot right now. I'm shaking because I'm so mad. It feels really tight in my chest. I don't know, whatever you start feeling, it's just start noticing that. It will get you kind of out of your head of like what's making you so mad. But first you really have to have that awareness. So when you're getting mad, it's like step away and start feeling, okay, what is going on in my body? Being aware of that. Number 3, breathing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Oh my gosh, this one's so powerful and so strong. And even before like you being to identify the emotions or the sensations in your body, the only reason I brought that up first is because once you start being aware of the sensations in your body, it's like you know what to look out for. Like, you know, like, oh, this is anger that I'm feeling because I know what this feels like. I can identify these sensations. So next time it happens, you're aware. Oh, I'm angry, you know, or oh, I know this, I'm sad. Oh, I know this, I'm jealous, whatever it is. But breathing helps you so much. If you're really in it, where you're really feeling this emotion, like maybe you're feeling a wave of sadness, a wave of anger, a wave of shame or guilt, whatever it is, breathing will help you relax and calm down. So a few ways you can do this is, and I love to do this, is putting one hand on my heart, my left hand on my heart, and my right hand on my belly, or yeah, like around my belly or where my ribs are. And I start taking nice, deep, slow breaths. Make it as slow as possible. And I know this is hard when you're really heated, but you have to start training yourself so you don't just overreact and explode all over the place. So hands right here, and just start fully taking breaths. You can even inhale fully, hold your breath for like 3 seconds, and then let it out for like 7 to 10 seconds. Just go as slow as you possibly can. This is going to help you so much. And if you feel extra heated, this might sound funny, but lay on the floor. Like if you have carpet, or even if you don't, if you just have hardwood, doesn't matter, lay on the floor. It really helps calm your body. I remember my therapist told me that, because I told her, like, I naturally just like drop to the floor and I'm just like laying there like breathing. And she told me, like, that's great. You're listening to your own instincts and you're listening to your own body, because laying on the floor calms your nervous system down. So of course, make sure you do it in a safe way. If you have a yoga mat, a blanket or something, that helps too. But if not, just literally lay on the floor, put your hands where I told you, left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly, and just deep breathe as much as you possibly can. Slow and steady wins the race. I live by that. Slow and steady wins the race. So just keep breathing until you feel that your body's calming down. Just focus on the breathing. Don't focus on why you're so mad. We'll keep using the anger one. Don't keep focusing on, I'm so pissed off because he was a jerk and he said this and she did that and they did this and they're so stupid. None of that. You cannot be thinking when you're feeling your emotions. That's what makes it worse. Okay? You need to focus on the sensations in your body. Focus on your body and how does it feel in your body. Try your best to turn this off. So that's why I'm giving you these steps that are more focused on, like, what are the sensations in your body? Okay, now focus on the breathing. Really feel that breathing in your body. Really feel your belly rise and fall. Put your hands on your body, lay on the ground. These will all kind of help you get out of your brain. So try your hardest to get out of there and tell this to quiet down. We don't need your help right now. It literally sounds silly, but you can tell your brain, like, stop, please stop right now. I don't need your help right now. Stop. I'm focusing on my body. I'm focusing on the sensations that I feel. Sounds silly, but hey, try it. You never know. It could help you. I know it's helped me before. So number 4 is, once you're able to calm yourself through the breathing, I want you to start closing. You should be closing your eyes throughout pretty much this whole time, but close your eyes if you haven't, and start in here imagining you can see your body almost like you're watching it on a TV screen or like a movie screen. And you can see the outline of your body, or you can see your actual body, whatever is easiest for you to visualize. And then see a big bubble of light around you. This will be your aura, so just your energy around your body. And just ask, where am I holding on to this anger? We'll keep using anger as an example. Where am I holding on to the energy of anger? Where do I see it in my body? Or where do I feel it in my body? Or maybe you're just like, where am I holding in my body? And then you just, in your mind, you hear stomach. You hear heart. You hear legs. Whatever comes to you first, go with that. Even if it doesn't make sense. Let's say you're closing your eyes and you say, where am I holding anger in my body? And you hear toes. It might sound weird, like, toes? Why would I be holding it in my toes? Do not think though, just say, okay, I'm holding it in my toes. And again, go back to either, if you can see it as if you're watching it on a screen, then start asking yourself basic questions like, what color is anger for me? What's the shape of anger? What texture does anger have? Does it look like a cartoon character that I may know? Does it look like a monster? Does it look like, I don't know, like a shape? Like, just try to see it. Imagine you can see anger in your body. What would anger look like to you? There are no right or wrong answers. It's about getting curious and just asking yourself these questions. And again, if you can't visualize, just feel it. Where in my body am I holding on to anger? Is it in my heart? Is it in my stomach? Is it just in my chest area? Is it in my shoulders? Is it in my legs? Like, where? And it can be in multiple spots too. If you can feel anger in your legs and your stomach, cool. Trust yourself and trust your body. It will tell you where you're holding on to this energy. So once you're able to identify where it is, and what it looks like and what color, and again, what it feels like, all that good stuff. We'll get to our next one, which is number 5, is listen for information. So to explain what that is when you're closing your eyes and you can imagine, okay, I have anger in my stomach, let's just say. You start almost trying to have a conversation with that energy in your stomach. You're focusing on the energy in your stomach. You're focusing on the color of energy. The color of your anger, or the shape of your anger, or the character you have given it, whatever. And almost imagine you're connecting it to that and asking it, anger, what do you need to tell me? Why did I get so angry? What about this situation or this person or this memory made me so angry? What is it trying to teach me? What are you trying to tell me? Get curious, almost like you're having a conversation with anger. It may sound silly, but it's very powerful. Become friends with your emotions. That's how you will learn how to work with them, because again, they are a part of you. They're there to help you, to help kind of navigate this world a little bit more, to give you clues about yourself and about how you're experiencing life. So embrace that, okay? And just, like I said, keep getting curious. Keep asking questions. Why? And just start with something simple as, why am I so angry? Why did this situation, this person make me so angry? And be still, okay? That's why closing your eyes helps, because it just takes away at least one of, your senses, and it helps you kind of focus within and just wait for the answer. Again, the first thing that pops into your mind, and usually, the information usually comes a little bit more simple and neutral. So if you're like, okay, anger, why did I get angry at this person? Like, because he's so stupid. It's like, okay, maybe that's not it. That's just, again, you're just labeling it. You're putting your ego into it. It's, even if you hear that, that's fine. At first, just be like, okay, well, why do I think that? Why do I think he's stupid for saying this? What about what he said made me so mad? Like, dissect what not so much about like exactly what happened, but again, like getting down to the root of, why did this make me so angry? What about this triggered me so bad? Did it remind me of something that happened to me in my past or as a child? What is it making me feel? And just sit with it. If you're having trouble, literally don't worry about it. Just try it. The more you try, the more you do this, the better you will get at it, I promise. Okay, so there's that. Number 6 is time to release this emotion, okay? So I love to visualize things when I'm removing energy from my body, and this is kind of how I help my clients as well to remove it. I want you to, again, closing your eyes, imagine there's like a golden ball of energy above whatever the area is. So back to my example, let's say the anger, we feel it in our stomach. You imagine there's a golden ball of light above your stomach, and it turns into a vacuum and it starts pulling out all of this anger energy. So if you have a color with anger, let's just say red, seems like the easiest one. You see like this red energy. Maybe it's like smoke. Maybe it's coming out like water. Maybe it's coming out like fire. Again, there's no rules. However you see anger, just go with it. And imagine it's pulling it out, almost like a vacuum, just sucking everything out. And even say that have that intention. I ask this golden ball of light to remove all of my anger in this moment. All of the anger that is not serving me and that is not here for my highest and greatest good, please remove. Something like that. Again, you can play with the words however you want. Just have that intention of like, please remove all of it. I release all of this anger from my body. I release all of this anger from my space. And just imagine that golden ball of light collecting all of it. Just collecting all of the anger, removing it all out from your body, from your stomach area, from your legs, wherever you're holding it. And once you feel like it's complete, or that it feels like, okay, it's good or good enough, you can imagine you grab that golden ball of light and you throw it way out into the universe and watch it explode. Or you can imagine you throw it into a fire and it burns, or you can imagine you throw it up into the universe and the universe will turn it into unconditional love. Whatever you feel that you want to do to release it, it's up to you, okay? And with that, you know, sometimes you may need to cry, you may need to like hit your arms on the floor or stomp your feet on the floor, or you may need to yell. Of course, all these things, just make sure you're doing it in a safe way and then you're not scaring anybody around you. So if you like scream, maybe put a pillow over your face so you don't scare your neighbors or the people that you live with, and just allow it to release and however it needs to. If this visualizing doesn't help you, removing your energy through movement is also very powerful. So again, with anger, you can like jump up and down, you can stomp your feet, you can grab a piece of paper and just rip it as much as you want, or rip as much paper as you want. Again, the screaming into a pillow, that really helps. You can punch a pillow, you can punch your mattress. Like, there's a lot of different ways to release this anger. It's just up to you to find a safe way that helps you release it without you thinking. Again, we are not thinking. That is one of the biggest goals that I want you to take away from this. Do not think your feelings, okay? You feel the sensations of these emotions in your body. That's how we're meant to deal with emotions, okay? Because once you start thinking about things, it makes it so much worse. And I've been there, I know what that feels like. So for example, with anger, if I kept thinking like, he did this, he wronged me, he's so mean, he's terrible, can't believe he did that, and I just kept this narrative of like anger, hate, like it would just grow and grow, and then it just would become this terrible thing that would take over me, and I just would be so angry. And it does nothing for you. Literally, it doesn't. Like, let go of that anger. Learn to forgive people. Like, we all mess up. Let's all move on. So try your best to turn off that brain and just feel, do all these steps, okay? They will help. I do believe that. I really do. They will help. Just try it, okay? Hi friends, I'm editing here, and I forgot to mention that anytime that you remove energy out of your space, or you remove these emotions out of your space through visualization or through physical movement, I want you to always remember to replace it. So it's like anything that you take out, there's going to be, let's say, like a hole now where you need to fill it up with like new energy, so it's not like bad energy keeps coming back to you. So I want you to imagine like a golden ball of light above your head, and inside of this energy is unconditional love, healing, everything that is for your highest and greatest good. And imagine you crack it open like an egg, and the energy falls down like a waterfall throughout your whole body, and especially in that space where you remove the energy. And just watch it fill it up with this gold high vibrational energy. If you just do it through movement, you can also still imagine that there's a golden ball of light and it just starts pouring down on you. Or you can imagine like going into the highest point of the universe, you give it a bright, beautiful color, and imagine the universal energy that is for your highest and greatest good just starts pouring down like a big waterfall throughout your whole body and just filling up your space with love. So try those things. I hope it works out, and sorry I forgot to put it into the video. Okay, let's finish up. And then number 7 would be to have a plan. Like, after you're finished all this and you've been able to release, have a plan for yourself. When we are highly triggered and feeling these emotions and they feel so big and they feel so strong, it's so hard for us to find our way out. It's so hard to start thinking positively, like, oh, I just need to calm down, I just need to breathe, everything's cool. No, you get stuck in that loop of, like I said earlier, of just like, I hate this, I hate that, it's all stupid, everybody sucks, ah! And it just snowballs into just more anger and more anger. So it's very important for you to have a plan, anything that's going to help you to calm down, you know? So writing down steps, like let's say you really enjoy dancing, you know, that's a way to release energy and to release emotions. So maybe you can have a plan like, 1, notice when you're upset, these are the emotions or these are the sensations in my body that I feel. Just name them, like, oh, I feel red. I guess you could feel red, but I feel hot, or I feel a tight chest, or I feel my face scrunch up, you know, just write down sensations that could possibly arise whenever you feel certain emotions, so you can start being aware of like, okay, that's what's happening. Or, you know, it could just be like, breathe, deep breath in, hold it for 3 seconds, let it out for 10, do this for 15 minutes. You know, it could be something as simple as that. Just, or, you know, another example could be, my plan is when I start getting really angry, I go to a room where I'm by myself and I start hitting my bed, or I start dancing, or I allow myself to cry. Like, whatever you feel that you need to feel better, do that. But it just helps to have it written down somewhere. Like, you can have it in your mirror, by your bed, on your refrigerator, just some kind of emergency plan when you feel triggered or when you feel big emotions. Then you can just go to it and you don't have to think about what to do. You can just see it, like, okay, I need to start breathing like this. Okay, let me just start dancing. Okay, let me go hit my pillow. I don't know. Whatever it is that's going to help you. Whatever's going to help you, just relax. Maybe you just lay on the floor and you just start breathing. So find what works for you, but having a plan, having it written down somewhere, even on your phone, whatever is going to be the easiest. I feel like writing it down and like placing it somewhere is the easiest. But whatever works for you, do that. Have it as your screensaver. You get creative with it and you do what is going to work for you. It just helps. It helps so much when you just don't have to think. You can just see, okay, breathe, go do it, you know? So these are just some tips. I hope it made a lot of sense. I think that's all I really need to share about that. I mean, emotions are way more complicated than just this, but I wanted to do something kind of simple and condensed and hopefully easy step-by-step guide for you to start feeling these emotions, these deep emotions in a better way, to start befriending them, to start learning from them. But it's tough, and I've been there, and I know what it feels like to feel overtaken by these emotions. I know what it feels like when you feel so powerless against your emotions, when you can't even tell that you're getting triggered, you just start exploding. Like, I know what all that feels like. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes patience. So please don't be hard on yourself. Go easy on yourself. Teaching ourselves something new takes time. You know, we didn't get programmed to be a certain way overnight. Like, it took years and years and years of people telling you one thing over and over, like all this repetition for you to start learning, like, oh, this is what you do with emotions. You just explode and attack people. That's just what you do. And it's like, no, that's not healthy. And it's time that we all learn how to deal with our emotions in a safe way for ourselves, first and foremost, but of course for the people around us as well. So find what works for you and do what is best for you. You know, these are your emotions. Find a way to befriend them. Everything's going to be okay. They are not bad. They're just trying to teach you something. They only get worse if you ignore them. Okay, so stop ignoring them. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with friends, comment down below, and I will see you in my next one. Take care.